Hi everyone, good morning. Meteorologist Ed Valley here taking a look at the Northeast. We have a variety of precipitation moving on in. We have snow to the north. Really up to about the Mass Pike now is all sleet or liquid. So it's raining in the mid-Atlantic, some freezing rain in between, sleet along the I-90 corridor, and then snow to the north. Now, one thing you might be saying is, holy cow, Ed, it's 10:20 at the time of this recording and we're seeing the precip end. Yep, you're exactly right. We had precip ending closer to noon, and it looks like it's going to be more like 11 in some of these areas to the south. Now, big dry slot coming in from the west here in parts of PA and New York. You look at the satellite, there's even a few breaks in those clouds starting to develop. That's going to lead to a nice warm up this afternoon in the south. But to the north, this stuff in Lake, you might be thinking in western Massachusetts or southern Vermont, you might be saying, holy cow, Ed, similar to the guys down south, where's my snow going? Well, this stuff in Lake Ontario still has to swing on in, so it's going to definitely be lighter this afternoon. The heaviest stuff is basically already happened or will be happening over the next hour or two, and then things will be more intermittent this afternoon, but still accumulating to the north. Here's the latest rapid refresh model. First, looking at wind, a couple reports inland of some stronger wind gusts at elevation. That's going to only be the case through about 1 or 2 p.m. this afternoon. Here's the look now. A couple gusts, southern New Hampshire, western Mass, in excess of 30 knots. That's 35 miles an hour. But look at it 2 hours later, down to 20 knots, much lower, and those will continue to lessen through the afternoon. So let's talk about precip, and then we'll talk about temps. Because right now, those temps are pretty good. Those temps are not pretty good, but they will be later. So here's the look. The pink is a little bit of sleet mixing in at times north, but notice most of this is snow in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and northern New York. I-90 corridor, you get into that wintry mix this afternoon. Briefly, back to snow before it ends. And it's going to wrap up, I would say, between about 5 and 7 p.m. in parts of Vermont. And further east, it's more like 7 to 9 p.m. But you see here by 10, a few flurries left on Cape Cod. Everybody else is done. So how much extra precip are we going to be seeing here over the next few hours? Well, here's the look. This is as of 9 a.m. So basically shave off just a tad from this, but you get the idea. We still got another quarter of an inch of liquid to come. That's another 2 to 4 inches of snow. To the north here, maybe locally 5 or 6 inches. So I think the amounts are going to be on the lower end of the range. Instead of 10, 12, 14, it's going to be more like 6, 8, 10. That's how these storms go. We have a range of 6 to 12 for a reason, right? So that's why. But generally speaking, precip is wrapping up here pretty swiftly this afternoon. Now, let's take a peek here at what we're going to be seeing for the remainder of the weekend. And you're going to notice not much happening tomorrow. And then as we get into Sunday, especially in the afternoon, we'll have a couple snow showers and squalls to the north. Those will dwindle pretty rapidly as they head southward. But through the day on Sunday, you notice the mountains, a coating to an inch or two of snow certainly possible here as this moves on through. Now, next week, we're going to be dealing with really not much significant weather. Monday's cold and dry. Tuesday is also dry, maybe a few snow showers late in the day or overnight, Tuesday night north. Not a big deal. And then we'll watch another fast-moving system maybe for the middle of the week. Yesterday, it was a little further north. Today, it's a little further south. But again, not a big deal as you get into March, right? So I think through next week, the amount of precipitation is generally pretty minimal. And you look at that through the week, Monday through Friday of next week, not much. And you see these two individual little systems, both very minor. So generally speaking, after this storm, a much quieter pattern. It will be a colder beginning to March. But I think as we press forward, we even on the colder days, as you get into March, it's just doesn't seem to be quite as cold, right? And I think that's what we're going to be seeing. So today, temps in the 20s, north, 40s south. Saturday, colder. Sunday, a little warmer. And then behind it, Monday's the coldest day of the next 7. Tuesday, slightly warmer. And then you notice Wednesday and Thursday. It's chilly in northern New England, 20s and 30s still, but 50 down in southern New Jersey. So it's that time of the year. And over time, you notice by about the end of the first week of March, we're warming things up pretty much everywhere, as is typical given the calendar time of the year. So that's what we got for you today. Have a great weekend. We'll be back Sunday with another video.